First and foremost, what is up? My name is Guy. I'm a photographer and videographer based in America. I don't want to say what city because I change my city every 6 months to a year, it seems. So right now I'm in Austin, but tomorrow I might be in Nashville. I really don't know. So today we're talking about film photography, and to be a little bit more specific, expired film photography. I was so excited to shoot this roll of expired film, and to be honest, it was the first roll of expired film I've ever shot. Not to mention, it was only my third roll of film. Experimental vibes, yes please. That's what was going on with this film, and that's what was going on in Mexico, along with other things. So Mexico obviously is just an absolutely gorgeous country. And if you've never been to Mexico, make sure you get your ass down there. When you're in Mexico, it's literally like walking through a photograph. And depending on where you are from, it's just very different. And it's different in good ways and in bad ways. But with photography, it's awesome because there's so many different colors and so many different things that kind of inspire you to capture, whether it is the colors or the architecture, or maybe just seeing something culturally that's different from where you're from. In Oaxaca, there's a kind of a trendier old school area called Jalotlaco, and I do apologize if I am saying it incorrectly, but another thing I love about Mexico is the vintage Volkswagen scene. And if you've ever been to Mexico, not at a resort and visited an actual city, you'll know that Volkswagen bugs and buses are literally everywhere. So that was one thing I definitely wanted to capture because I wanted to see if I could capture things that made it look like it was era specific. Now, along with the vintage Volkswagen scene, there are a ton of other vintage cars down in Mexico, which is awesome for me because I love the vintage car scene. So with film photography, there are obviously many different reasons in which why somebody would shoot film. While shooting an expired film, there's many things that can change. For one, you're gonna likely have more grain, less contrast, a little bit of a fade, and the tint of the photo, whether it's warm, pink, green, whatever, is going to change as well. In most situations, I try and overexpose my photo by 1 or 2 stops. With the expired film, I was going for that look, but it didn't change the colors how I anticipated, but it did capture them in a different way that I'm still pleased with. So most cities in Mexico have like their town center, city center, as with most cities in the world. However, in Mexico and most cities in the world, there's a church at the center. All right. After we wrapped up our first week in Oaxaca City, it was time for us to head down to the beach. And what's crazy about the beach in Oaxaca is that it's only around 100 miles away from the city of Oaxaca. However, it takes about 6 hours to get there because there's no direct highway. Oaxaca is set in the mountains, so in order for you to get to the coast, you need to drive all the way through the mountains and get down to the coast. It's a very, very interesting ride. I don't recommend it for everyone. For those who decide to do that trip and drive themselves, It's definitely for more of the experienced driver. The roads are small, and there are a lot of situations where there are sinkholes on the side of the road, so it is very risky. However, if you are comfortable with driving, it's not terrible. It's just long and tiring. So keep that in mind before you head down. But once we got down to the beautiful area of Puerto Escondido, I decided to capture a little bit more of the Volkswagen bug scene.
All right.
Now, with shooting expired film, there's a general rule of thumb. What you want to do is overexpose the film by one stop for every decade. So the film that I was shooting expired in 1986. 2020 minus 1986 is 34 years, so I kind of rounded it to 35. The box speed of the film was 1000 ISO. So what I did was I counted back and I got to around 125 ISO. So basically I just set the dial to 125, and in most situations I was shooting the sunny 16. And just as a brief overview, sunny 16, on a bright sunny day you set the aperture to 16, and then you set the shutter to match what the ISO speed is. So in this situation, if you're shooting expired film and you adjust the ASA or ISO dial because you're compensating for the degradation of the expired film, you also adjust the shutter speed to match the new ISO speed. So I shot the majority of this roll around f16, but I kept it on 1/125 shutter and the ASA dial at 125. So another thing with this film specifically is that it fared warm, and I didn't love that. So I decided to kind of adjust the white balance so it looked a little bit more natural. And I think I'm gonna do a video totally separate on how I edited these photos. But if you wanna just take a quick look, here's a set of a before and after. So as you can see kind of with the first photo, that wall was bright, almost fluorescent yellow and like a bright powder whatever blue. And when you pop in there, the yellow actually came out to be more orangey, have more of an orange tint along with the blue. So if you're interested in the editing of these photographs and you think it would be valuable to you, or you're just kind of curious on how I edited them, just leave a comment down below, because I did capture that entire experience, but I'm just kind of wondering if it's even worth creating a video. So if that's something you're interested in, again, let me know in the comments. Like this video if you did like it, and please subscribe to the channel. I have a ton of different videos that I want to create regarding film photography, regular digital photography and videography, and travel in general. But I'm not going to know if you guys like this type of content without your feedback. So hit that subscribe button and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what your favorite photo was, or let me know what I could have done differently in this video that might have made it better, a little bit more interesting. Other than that, feel free to give me a follow on Instagram. My plan is to post a lot of content that's related to the content that I'm posting on YouTube. So if you find that you like a video on YouTube, you might be able to go to my Instagram channel and find some more specific content about that video. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your time. We'll see you in the next video.